After shocking the world and winning their first ever NBA championship last year, the Toronto Raptors finished one victory shy of their second straight Eastern Conference Finals appearance, despite almost being down 3-0 in their semifinal series against the Boston Celtics. Now that their season is officially over, here's their off-season shopping list. What's up everyone, it's John aka Data Mike, and I'm bringing you the debut of my series called the Off-Season Shopping List. This is a segment where I break down 5 things your favorite team must prioritize over the off-season, from least important to most important. I'm starting off with the Raptors, so Raptors fans, or any basketball fans in general, make sure to leave a like because unlike your favorite TV analyst, I'm all about objectivity over here. But before we get to my list, here's a quick season review on the Raptors. The Toronto Raptors finished the 2019-2020 NBA season with a 53-19 record, second place in the Eastern Conference for the second straight year, and the second best record in the NBA behind the Milwaukee Bucks. The Raptors matched up with the 7th-seeded Brooklyn Nets in the first round of the playoffs, a team who had eliminated them 6 years prior in the same scenario. The Raptors swept the Nets in dominating fashion, winning 3 of the 4 games by 24 plus points before falling to the 3rd-seeded Celtics in the conference semifinals in 7 games. Now, onto my list. Number 5, sign OG Anunoby to a contract extension. Anunoby's contract is set to expire next season, and he's on a rookie deal, meaning he only made $2.2 million this year and will only make $3.8 million next year, maybe even less depending on how much money the Raptors lost from the suspension. Even though next year's free agent class will be extremely stacked, I think Anunoby will be a sneaky and underrated pickup for any team that signs him. He's improved to be a solid 3-and-D player who seems content with his role. Now, is he a starting small forward on a title contender? In my opinion, no. But he can be a valuable player off the bench who can energize your team on both ends of the floor. So the Raptors should really sign him to a contract extension now, rather than risk it next offseason in what's projected to be a crazy 2021 offseason. Number 4, do not, and I mean do not, re-sign Marc Gasol. Now don't get me wrong, I really like Gasol. I still remember him knocking down one-legged fadeaway jumpers with the Memphis Grizzlies like it was yesterday. But we all must face reality at some point, like we have the past 6 months. Gasol made $25 million this year as a 35-year-old and just finished off the worst season of his 13-year career. And he's injury prone now. He only played 44 regular season games this year. Look, if the Raptors really want to sign Gasol, sign him to the veterans minimum, but all you're doing is taking away valuable playing time from young guys such as Chris Boucher, Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, and Stanley Johnson. Number 3, re-sign Chris Boucher, Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, Serge Ibaka, and Fred VanVleet. All 4 of these players are officially free agents now, and will be hot commodities for basically any team on the market. Ibaka is a 7-footer who improved his shooting this year and can space the floor basically like Brook Lopez does for the Bucks. But, in my opinion, Ibaka is a better player because of his ability to defend, rebound, and even score in the low post if he has to. The only problem I can see arising with Ibaka is that he made $23 million this season, is coming off the best year of his career, and is already 30 years old, and turning 31 on September 18th, meaning he'll already be on the wrong side of 30 starting next season. So he's probably going to want a large contract, but considering teams will be strapped for cash due to the suspension, hopefully he'll be generous with whatever the market is for him. Next is VanVleet, who broke out this year for a career-high 17.6 points per game and shot 39% from long range on 6.9 attempts per game. He also had some big games in the playoffs, including scoring 20-plus points in 6 of 11 contests. I'm expecting VanVleet to sign one of the largest, if not the largest contract this offseason, simply for the fact that he only made $9 million this year and is only 26 years old. So whichever team signs him, which better be the Raptors or else they're in serious trouble, is most likely going to offer him a max contract to secure him through his prime years. I'm going to put Boucher and Hollis Jefferson together because they're similar players and aren't as high as a priority. But I still think they have a lot of value on this team. Both are tall and athletic players who have the ability to defend multiple positions, can finish well around the rim, and can be great pick and roll guys with the guards on this team. Now, I do think playing time will open up for both of these guys because Gasol is most likely leaving, and the Raptors might just let Ibaka walk if he asks for too much money, since their priority will be Van Vliet anyway. Number 2, attempt to sign Brandon Ingram. Yes, you heard that right. Brandon Ingram. I think he's the best player in this free agent class that fits the Raptors' most pressing dilemma. A wing player who can score in the half court when they can't consistently get out in transition. Ingram won Most Improved Player this year and averaged career highs in points, 3-point percentage, and free throw percentage. And he's only 23 years old. Now, I'm not gonna lie, Ingram will be extremely tough to sign. He's a restricted free agent, and the New Orleans Pelicans own his bird rights, which, for those who don't know what bird rights are, basically it means teams can exceed their salary cap to sign that player. And considering this is Brandon Ingram we're talking about, the Pelicans will most definitely exercise their bird rights in this scenario. So it'll be tough, but if there's one team that could snag Ingram away from the Pelicans, the Raptors could do it. And finally, number 1, attempt to sign Goran Dragic or Danilo Gallinari. This is in case they decide either to not pursue Brandon Ingram, or if they do, Ingram decides to go to another team and claim back to the Pelicans. Basically, Dragic or Gallinari will be the cheaper and more realistic options instead of Ingram. The problem is that both players are in their 30s and will most likely come off the bench anyway. The Raptors' ideal scenario is to sign a starting caliber wing player like Brandon Ingram. But that's where you hope Pascal Siakam will expand his offensive game to the point where he can account for that major weakness. So yeah, that's it.